All right, people, welcome. Welcome, everybody, to another edition of the Illuminati Exposed Celebrity Exposed Show. Every Sunday night and Thursday night at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here on Illuminati Radio. With your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co host,
Sister Smith, baby.
Sister Smith, baby. If you are new to this channel, you're new to this page, hit that follow button. Turn on your notification bells so you'll be notified every time we drop this breaking news on you. Um, also, and don't forget to follow us on the podcast. You know what I'm saying? Wherever you get your podcast at, whether it be Spotify, you know what I'm saying, Apple, Google, you know what I'm saying, iHeartRadio. You know what I'm saying? We are on every major streaming platform in the history of streaming platforms. So, wherever you get your podcast at, all you have to do is go there and type Illuminati Radio, and you'll see the logo, and you just hit that follow button and follow the podcast. All right. We got a lineup above lineups. We got Latosha Scott. No, and the ex-member of the R&B female group Escape. You know what I'm saying? We got her. She so-called sings the blues in the church. Got her. We got Dennis Rodman. We saving that one for last. We got Dennis Rodman, who did a bathtub ritual. Yeah, so we got that. We got to say that one for last. We also got is it Laurie Harvey?
No,
One of the two. Well, we got a nice lineup. We got a nice lineup. I guess we can go ahead and start with Latosha.
Escape singer Latosha Scott sings side chick anthem in church. Why she do that?
Let me tell you something. See, this is why when you have woken up into this truth, you should not even look at a church. Why? Because everybody in the listen, Latosha Scott is in church. Obviously, she must be a member of this church. But yet she ain't changed. See, let me tell you something. A church is supposed to be a hospital. If you go in the hospital sick, you're supposed to come out well. You know what I'm saying? I'm going to say it again. A church is supposed to be a hospital. You go in the hospital sick, you're supposed to come out well. The church is that hospital. If you going into the church sick, you know, with all of the philosophies and the different type of whoremongerish things that you have done, you go in like that, but you supposed to change. Nobody changed. Nobody changed. See, let me tell you something. Latosha Scott couldn't come into this ministry and still stay the way she is. Because the faster she came in is the faster she would have went out. You understand? No celebrity, if ever tried to come into ISBC, cannot come in and stay the way they are. Actually, not only celebrities. If you are an ordinary brother or sister, you cannot come into this ministry and stay the way you are. Because you get tossed right back out. Anyway, go ahead.
Latosha Scott is making waves after she sang what many consider to be an inappropriate song inside church yesterday. The escape singer attended service on Friday and asked the pastor if she could inspire the congregation by singing a song to the church.
Sister Smith.
Yes.
This is how low this early 90s R&B group done fell. You know what I'm saying? They cannot sell no more albums. So how do they expect to sell album? Hell, sang to the unlearned Christians in the Christian church. Surely somebody in there buy your album. This is the, you know what I'm saying? This is her shine. Her shine. Can I sing a song to inspire? You know what I'm saying? If that was me, if that was that pastor and she would have said that to me, I would be like, no, you can't. Sit your butt down somewhere. You must be cleaned up first before you can sing anything in this church. Anyway, go ahead.
When granted the opportunity, Media Takeout learned that Latosha sang one of the Escape's most memorable songs, Who Can I Run To?
Who can I run to? You can't run to the church no more. Who should you run to? You got to run to Illuminati Radio. That's who you run to. You run to Illuminati Radio. If you run into these churches, guess what's going to happen to you? Let's see. Sister Smith,
Yes,
can you name a thing that will happen to you if you run into the Christian church?
the thing that happened to you.
Yeah, what will happen to you if you go into the Christian church? If you run into the Christian church for refuge, what will happen to you?
I don't know.
Okay. Uh, Either you will get molested, fondled, you'll get the R word, you know what I'm saying? You'll get, you know what I'm saying, drained. Your pockets will be drained. You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things that can happen to you. And don't bring your kids there. You know what I'm saying? Your kids, listen, if you go into the Christian church with your kids, the only thing that will be changed in your family is your kids. Why? Why is that, Sister Mary?
What?
If you go into the Christian church with your kids, the only thing that will be changed is your kids. Why is that?
Because,
Somebody's gonna touch that boy.
right.
Somebody's gonna touch that boy. That boy gonna come in untouched and he gonna leave out touched. Don't bring your wife to the Christian church because she is going to be changed. She's going to come into the church, you know what I'm saying, your wife. She's going to leave the church somebody else's wife. That's how that works. Nothing changes in the Christian church. Who can I run to? Who can you run to, Sister Man? When I need love. That's the way it goes?
Yeah.
You remember that song?
Yeah.
Who can I run to? Go ahead.
Who can I run to? It's an interesting choice, given the lyrics. The lyrics tell the story of a woman torn about whether to enter a relationship with a man who satisfies her.
So is that a song to be singing in a church? You supposed to be going to church to get closer to Christ. Not to, you know what I'm saying, to get closer to a man. You should not to find a man, not to mope and so you supposed to be mourning and you're supposed to be, you know what I'm saying, worshiping Christ. That is not the song to be singing in the Christian church. Well, actually, man, what am I saying? Hey, you can do just about anything you want to in the Christian church. You can sing that song. You can sing the baby song. You can sing Juvenile. Back that thing up. You can sing that in the church. You know what I'm saying? But go ahead.
Whether to enter a relationship with a man who satisfies her. But the lyrics suggest that the man whom she hoping to love belongs to someone else.
Wait, huh? Huh? Will you say that again? You said the song represents A woman chasing a man that belongs to somebody else?
Yes.
Oh, Lord.
But the lyrics suggest that the man whom she's hoping to love belongs to someone else. The song is seen these days as a popular side chick anthem. Look at the Latasha sing. Look at Latasha sing. She sounds great, and some in the church are usually vibing with her.
You know, she may sound great, but just by her doing this defeats the purpose of her in the church, letting you know that she have not changed. But yet, a lot of women gonna be like, oh, she sounds good. You know, see, the song represents a woman chasing another woman's man. The Bible calls that adultery. But we living in Babylon, and most of the women today, that's all they want is to chase. Listen, Sister Smith, ain't that something?
Yeah.
Women pride themselves on trying to get another woman's man.
Yeah, they've been doing that.
They pride themselves on that. Yeah, and guess what?
What?
The stupid men
Paul.
who have a woman and they see the woman trying to get them, you know what they do?
What?
They fall for it. And then after the men fall for it, that's all the woman wanted. The woman wanted to break up that home to see if she can get that man. After she got that man, now she's going recording videos showing that to the wife.
Mm-hmm.
That's what that woman is all about.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And men hook, line, and sinker just because, you know what I'm saying, throwing some coochie at you. You know what I'm saying? Bell Biv DeVoe said it best. Never trust a big butt and a smile. That girl is poison. Bell Biv DeVoe said it best. Didn't he, Sister Smith?
Yeah.
Bell Biv DeVoe. Bell Biv DeVoe said it best. All right, Sister Smith. Ready?
Okay. But if you look carefully, you can also see some of the older women in the church seemingly uncomfortable with what the escape singer is singing about.
Older women.
That's it.
Older women. Older women that's in this church. You are too old to be old in this church being lied to. All of these years you've been in that church being lied to. Nothing woke you up yet? Sister Smith is of age, and she will not be caught in a Christian church being lied to no more. Why? Because she's woken up. Don't make no sense, you older women. You know what I'm saying? Listen, the Most High God is not about blessing you with a brand new car. The Most High God is not about blessing you with a Fortune 500 man. The Most High God is about rendering your heart unto Him. That's what the Most High God's about. The Bible says, seek ye the kingdom and all of its righteousness, and everything will be added unto you. But you must understand what the righteousness is. See, the pastors will tell you, seek ye, and all this righteousness, all these will be added unto you. But that pastor ain't telling you what his righteousness is, what it means to be righteous. The pastor ain't telling you that. Women, it must first start with modesty. Women, it must first start with submission. You know what I'm saying? Now I can go on and on about building up you guys in righteousness, but that will take this whole show, and this show is not about that right now. This show is about getting these reports out there. You want to know more? Get into the Bible study class. We got Bible study class every night, 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time, right here. With your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co-host Smith. Okie dokie. Tasha. What do you think about Tasha Scott, Sister Man?
Something wrong with her. That's all I can.
Yeah, she ain't got it all up there. Matter of fact, you know what I'm saying? Well, she's trying to, you know what I'm saying? She's trying to, you know what I'm saying, sell some music. That's what she's trying to do. She's trying to get some bookings. She hoping she's gonna sing this in the church. She knew it was gonna go viral. She, you know what I'm saying, being there to go viral, she was hoping that other churches will call her up and pay her a bag to sing in their church. That's what she was hoping. She was hoping that being that she got this type of attention, this viral attention now, she was hoping that now if somebody will call her up and give her a bag to interview her. That's what you know what I'm saying. That's because she's washed up. You know what I'm saying? She's washed up. She needs help. You know what I'm saying? Tasha, the only thing I can tell you is shut up, humble yourself, and get into class. That's all I can tell you. Get into class. Learn. That's all I can tell you. If you ain't willing to shut up, humble yourself, get into class and learn, then what you can do is if you go outside your door, look on the ground, there is some rocks down there. I want you to kick them. You hear that, Sister Smith? Mm-hmm. She can kick rocks, right? Amen.
Yeah.
Amen. Amen. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that like button. So we gave you some Tasha, Latosha Scott. I guess that's her marriage name. Scott. Oh, that's her real name.
I'm not for sure.
Where's Tiny at? Tiny look bad. You know who Tiny is, right?
Yeah, that's Jay. What's his
Tia.
name?
Yeah, she looks bad. You know what I'm saying? You seen her in the '90s when she first came out?
Yeah.
She was innocent. A clear skin. You know what I'm saying? She didn't have all them tattoos or nothing.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? She was a young girl. You know what I'm saying? Nice little young girl. Now look at her now. She looked like, you know what I'm saying, something you dig up out of the ground, and then when you see it, you throw it back in the ground and put the dirt back over it. That's what she looked like, Sister Man.
Yeah.
Anyway. All right, so we got that. Make sure you guys hit that like button, you know what I'm saying? As you guys come in here, hit that like button. Turn on your notification bells as well. What we're going to do is let's go to the next report. What's the next report?
Kelly Rowland.
Lord. Kelly Rowland, you know what I'm saying? Hey, it's a... Why don't they speak about Michelle? Why don't they, you know what I'm saying, feature Michelle on an album or something? Beyonce made a whole album. I bet you Michelle is not on one track.
Who is Michelle?
Michelle? You have Destiny's Child, right?
Yeah.
You have Beyonce, Kelly Rowland, and who's the third artist?
Oh, Michelle.
Michelle. Yeah. But you know, it's a reason why. Do you know what Destiny, do you know where they got their name from? Destiny. Do you know what it takes to steal a star? When you steal a star, when you steal, you know what I'm saying, you're stealing somebody's destiny. It's kind of like what Brother Polite was doing to that 14-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? His girlfriend's daughter. He was stealing her star. It's kind of like what Charlamagne from the Breakfast Club was doing with that 14-year-old girl. You know what I'm saying? He was stealing her star. You see? It was kind of like what Oprah's friend, that spiritual healer, was doing to all of them kids. Stealing a star. You see? This runs rampant all through Hollywood. Star stealing. You know what I'm saying? Look at Macaulay Culkin. He got his booty star stolen. You know what I'm saying? That's why he can't rise no more. You know what I'm saying? He was all in Michael Jackson's bed. You know who Macaulay Culkin is, right, Susan?
Yes.
Oh! He put his hands on his face. Yeah. He got his booty start stolen. You know what I'm saying? Who else? Let's see. Macaulay Culkin. You know what I'm saying? Emmanuel Lewis. You know who that is, right?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Star stolen. Mm-hmm. Yeah. All of the celebrities on different strokes. You know what I'm saying? Or poor Arnold. You know what I'm saying? All of them. They got their booty start stolen. You know what I'm saying? Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon and Orlando Brown. They share something in common. Anyway, let's go ahead and hear this. Go ahead, Sister.
Kelly Rowland says her worst moment was revealing gender of Blue Ivory. It wasn't my news to share.
Why is she revealing it? You know what I'm saying? It's supposed to be Beyonce's child, ain't it?
Yeah.
It's supposed to be Beyonce's child. Why is Beyonce's friend sharing, revealing? Where's Jay Z at? It's supposed to be Jay Z's child too, right?
Yeah.
Jay Z is the absent one. We don't hear nothing about Jay Z being close to this, but we do hear about Jay Z's mama. You know what I'm saying? Going deep carpet diving. We do hear that. Anyway, go ahead.
Kelly Rowland recently appeared on an episode of the I faked that up podcast, or not fake. It says so. It's something else.
Okay. Go ahead.
And recall the time she accidentally said her friend Beyonce and Jay-Z were expecting a daughter. In 20
Really, Kelly? You accidentally did it. Let me tell you something. Don't no celebrity go on these podcasts or be interviewed without first getting the understanding from the interviewer what is going to be said and what is not going to be said. You understand? But like I say it like this. If I was to interview Kelly Rowland, right? I said, Kelly Rowland, bring your little bald head boy looking butt over here. I want to interview you. Yeah, because Kelly Rowland looked just like a boy. You know what I'm saying? I can never date Kelly Rowland because we don't have nothing in common. I don't like other hairy sacks. You know what I'm saying? And Kelly Rowland looked like hers hang really low. Sister Smith, I don't understand. Sister Smith,
Yes.
back in the day, all the men used to love Kelly Rowland. I could never, ever get interested in Kelly Rowland because she looked like a freaking boy.
Oh wow.
Yeah, she looks like a damn boy. You listen, look like her and Jada Pinkett Smith went to junior high school together playing in the sandbox. You know what I'm saying? They both look like little 9-year-old boys. Anyway, where was I at? Damn. What the hell? Oh, that's what I was saying. So if I was interviewing Kelly Rowland, well, you know, Kelly Rowland's team will school me on what to say to Kelly Rowland and what not to say to Kelly Rowland. And I would have to sign an NDA agreement so that I will be surely not to say what I'm not supposed to say to Kelly Rowland. Kelly Rowland is to say what she is coached to say. So therefore, Kelly Rowland was coached to say this. Stop lying, Kelly. Stop it. You don't have to do that, you little 9-year-old boy. Guess what? Kelly Rowland's a 9-year-old boy. If I was a girl. No, Beyonce was making that song for Kelly Rowland's sister.
Yeah.
Yeah. If I was a boy, you wouldn't understand. That was to Kelly Rowland. Beyonce made that song to Kelly Rowland. If I was a boy, you know what I'm saying? Because Kelly Rowland is just she's a boy. You know what I'm saying? Whoever whoever's messing with Kelly Rowland, you know what I'm saying? They got some big draws to fill. Because Kelly Rowland got some draws bigger than every man in the world. Lord, Lord, Lord. Go ahead.
In 2011, when TMZ reported that the former Destiny's Child member told Bang Showbiz that Jay-Z was going to buy that little girl every single thing possible before saying,
Wow. Jay-Z was to
no,
buy that little girl every single thing possible. But yet he has a son. He have a struggle son in Struggle Brooklyn trying to be a struggle rapper. And he ain't did nothing. Nothing at all. He didn't even give that boy no lip gloss. You know what I'm saying? Or no chapstick. You know, he could have at least got that boy some chapstick. Come on, the boy got lips like you, Jay-Z. The least you can do is get that boy some chapstick. You know what I'm saying? Or give that, you know what I'm saying? Give that boy the contact to, you know what I'm saying, a chapstick. Get that boy in the chapstick commercial. That's what Jay-Z's, that's, I tell you, there you go. There you go. Jay-Z's son. If you want to come up, all you have to do is contact a chapstick company and say that you want to sponsor the chapstick. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. You will have the whole world of men and women buying your chapstick. Hell, if Snoop Dogg can sell wine, you can sell chapstick. Lord, can you imagine Jay-Z with red lipstick on his lips, sister?
no.
Lord, go ahead.
Before saying, won't be spoiled, but she will be very well looked after. When asked by host Billy Band during the podcast what was Roland's biggest mistake, she quickly recalled the accidental sex reveal.
No, what your biggest mistake was, Kelly Rowland, is being born a boy. Now you got to portray yourself to be a girl. You know what I'm saying? Now you got to convince the whole world that you're a girl when you was born a boy. You look like a boy. Go ahead.
Oh my God. When I made a mistake and told the sex of Beyonce's baby when she was pregnant with Blue, Kelly said, that was the worst moment ever. The worst moment ever. Kelly said the moment was such a mistake that she didn't even realize she slipped up and until she saw the headlines about the interview.
And that's a lie. Come on, Kelly Rowland. You did that on purpose. Yeah, and guess what? And people really believe anything that comes out of this 9-year-old boy's mouth. Go ahead.
I was like, what are they talking about? I didn't say, oh my God. Kelly recalled her reaction. It was bad because it was no one's business. I felt terrible because it's not my news. She continued. It was honestly the worst. It wasn't my news to share, and I didn't mean it to it like that. The she just kind of slipped out, I was like, oh, but the Carters didn't dwell on
Oh,
it.
you know what? That's it for that. We don't hear nothing about no Kelly Rowland, 9-year-old. Stop lying, Kelly Rowland. Stop lying. You're a liar. You know, the truth is not in you. You know what I'm saying? Go and, you know what I'm saying, reveal your own gender. You know what I'm saying? That's what Kelly Rowland need to do. Real Kelly Rowland need to just come on out and say, if I was a boy, no, I'm sorry. If I was a girl, I wouldn't have been on Destiny's Child. What you need to worry about, Kelly Rowland and Beyonce? Y'all need to worry about lifting up Michelle. Why can't you get her up? Why can't you get her on the level of you guys? Every time we hear about Michelle, she's either in mental health counseling, going through divorces, having relationship problems. You know what I'm saying? That's all she's about. You know what I'm saying? Well, to all of you Beyonce and Jay-Z and Kelly Rowland fans, if you ever speak to these idiots, tell her to lift up their girlfriend. Stop. You know what I'm saying? They went on her podcast once. She had to get, so Michelle got a podcast called Check It In. And Kelly Rowland and Beyonce had called, they didn't even go on her podcast. They called into her podcast. That's how much they don't want to be around her. But they supposed to say, oh, we are girlfriends. But you can't even go on your girlfriend's podcast to give your girlfriend some clout on her podcast? Kelly Rowland, you doing all that bald head talking. Why don't you go on Michelle's podcast to make her podcast a success? Why can't you do that? Don't call into a podcast. Go on her podcast. She only had one episode. And that was the episode with you and, you know what I'm saying, the other bimbo called Beyonce calling in. It made no sense. Poor Michelle got to go through mental health issues, boyfriend problems, husband problems, you know what I'm saying, depression problems. You know what I'm saying? She can't be a gospel singer. She got too many problems. Michelle cannot be a gospel singer inspiring other people, you know what I'm saying, when she has problems. You got to overcome your problems in order to inspire somebody with your music. You can't be currently going through your problems, then you singing about your problem. And you know what I'm saying? No. That's just like Steve Harvey writing a book about how think like a man, something like that. And his he's married to a hoe. And his daughter's a hoe. Lord. Anyway, that's news. That's news. That's two. That's, you know what I'm saying? Make sure you guys hit that like button. What's the next one, Sister?
The next one is Aaron Hernandez's brother caught and arrested.
Lord. I remember doing this report. You know what I'm saying? I think when Aaron Hernandez got locked up for that crime that he committed, I think I was in Brooklyn. Yeah, I was in Brooklyn at that time when I was doing that report. It was a long ass trial, and it was sad. You know what I'm saying? Mess up all that money. Anyway, let's go. Oh, and number two, I heard Aaron Hernandez was a cross dresser. Anyway, let's hear about his brother.
Aaron Hernandez's brother caught and arrested, creepily smiled in his mugshot. But early this week, a judge ordered the re-arrest of Aaron Hernandez's brother, Dennis, after he failed to appear in court. Dennis, after he failed to appear in court the previous week on charges related to throwing a brick at the ESPN campus in Bristol, Connecticut.
In Bristol, Connecticut. So he threw a brick at the ESPN campus?
Yeah.
For what? What'd you do that for? Go ahead.
A 37-year-old was said to have gone to ESPN in a car and threw a bag containing a brick and a note over a fence and onto the property before leaving. The former,
Sound like Heaven Hernandez's brother wanted to go to jail. When people do this, they want to go to jail. And people who do this because they want to go to jail is because they got a boyfriend in jail. This is something really stupid. Go ahead.
the former college quarterback reportedly sent a threatening letter. Someone leaked a news photo of Tom Brady and Kim Kardashian from 4th and July party, and NFL fans are going crazy. Oh no, that's different. In March, Bristol's police said they received an,
This story just dropped.
I guess,
Yeah, there's some type of ritual going on in Bristol because I was looking at the news this morning, and Bristol, Connecticut is flooded. It is flooded, and there was a bridge in the road in Bristol, Connecticut is so flooded that they got to redo the whole major highway in Bristol, Connecticut. I seen that on the news today. Um, and now this man threw a brick. Yeah, yeah. Go ahead.
said that they received an anonymous complaint from someone who said they were concerned about Dennis Hernandez because he said he wanted to destroy property at the state capitol and at ESPN. Hernandez wasn't on the run for long as he turned himself into the Bristol Police Department. According to TMZ, he was placed in handcuffs before he was booked on a charge of failure to appear. He would soon take a mugshot, but creepily smiled at the photo. DJ Hernandez is the older brother of former NFL tight and Aaron Hernandez, who was sentenced to life in prison over a murder and eventually killed himself after being found not guilty of.
Yeah, that whole thing with Aaron Hernandez was a ritual. He just got signed, you know what I'm saying, to a multi-million-dollar deal, you know what I'm saying, and all of a sudden, you know what I'm saying, he unalives, I think it was his ex-girlfriend or girlfriend or something like that. Mm-hmm. That whole thing was a ritual, you know what I'm saying. They played that out. See, this is what happens, people. You know what I'm saying? If you're in the NFL, or if you want to go to the NFL, you play college, even college football. You know what I'm saying? You in a fraternity. But when you signed that deal, Aaron Hernandez didn't know what he had to do. You know what I'm saying? He didn't know what he had to do. He said no, and they orchestrated a murder surrounding him. The same way the OJ case was orchestrated because OJ, blockhead, didn't want to go to Pennsylvania. If OJ would have went to Pennsylvania, the finger wouldn't have not been pointed at OJ, and OJ would have been in the clear. But that whole saga was surrounded around OJ. The same way Aaron Hernandez, they portrayed this scene and surrounded around Aaron Hernandez. The same way Jennifer Hudson incident was surrounded around Jennifer Hudson. This is what they do when you renege. Go ahead.
Hernandez was a quarterback and wide receiver more than a decade ago at Yukon, about 41 miles northeast of the ESPN campus. That's it.
All right, people. That's it for that. We got one more. Dennis Rodman, the human tattoo man. You know what I'm saying? Then did a bathtub ritual. We're going to get into that. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Turn on your notification bells. You know what I'm saying? Hit that follow button, subscribe button. If you're new here, you'll tune into the Sunday night and Thursday night Illuminati Exposed, Celebrity Exposed show. With your host, Pastor Michael Smith, and co-host, Sister Smith. And we got this last report before we get up out of here. And we will see you guys tomorrow. Let's go ahead.
Dennis Rodman made $2.5 million for a commercial just by sitting in a bathtub.
He made $2.5 million in a commercial just by sitting in a bathtub. Do you see the picture?
No, it's gonna show him sitting in the bathtub.
I sure would like to see what type of, you know what I'm saying, how it looked. But anyway, bathtub rituals, it represents you, and it's a ritual representing cleansing. You know what I'm saying? That's what it represents, cleansing. You know what I'm saying? You being washed. Like you have Bobby Christina unalived herself in a tub. She was, you know what I'm saying? It's like you sacrificing yourself to water, to the sea. You know how some people toss, like I think I forgot what actor or actress it was, but they toss the ashes in the water. And that's what this bathtub rituals are like. You know what I'm saying? It's like you sacrificing, you know what I'm saying, to the sea. And we all know, same thing as Semiramis. Semiramis gave birth to Nimrod. It landed on in the form of an egg. The egg landed on the Euphrates River. You know what I'm saying? So forth and so forth. So that's what that is. This is what Dennis Rodman did. He's remaking himself. And he paid it made 2.2 boy. How much?
2.5 million.
2.5 million, which is BS. We know he didn't make 2.5 million for no commercial. And especially for not sitting in a bathtub. But this is the ritual that he's doing to obtain 2.5 million in future revenue. This is what they do. He didn't make it. This is what he is potentially going to make in the coming years. You know what I'm saying? In the different type of endorsements and things that he may get. But go ahead.
Dennis Rodman is one of the most eccentric characters to ever step foot in the NBA. Rodman, for all his accomplishments on the court, is always recognized for his incredible, unique personality and how that affected him on the court. Rodman is one of the biggest names in NBA history and was able to land himself several massive paydays across his career.
See, several massive paydays across his career. You know what I'm saying? That was in the past. This $2.5 million he so-called earned during this commercial, he didn't get it yet. Remember, he did not get this money yet. Don't let the media lie to you. This ritual was for the potential money that he's going to get. Now, if he did this commercial in the open, this is just a bathtub ritual. You know what I'm saying? Behind the scenes, the ritual continues. What he can show you, or what the public can show you, is him in a bathtub. But what the public can show, what they can show you, is what is done in the tub. And you best believe it's some nasty, freakazoid stuff that was done behind the scenes. Go ahead.
Perhaps the easiest payday of his career came in 2005, cast in a Super Bowl commercial for a countertop company called Constantino, along with several other Chicago sport leads. Rodman would have to sit in a luxurious bathtub and say the words, "I am Diana Pearl." And as he
Oh, wait a minute, hold on. So he did this already.
yeah.
Oh, okay. So he done received his riches for doing this. And he said his name is what?
Diana Pearl.
So he had to sit in the bathtub and say that he is a woman.
Yep. And as he explained in his book, he was able to earn $2.5 million for this simple gig.
No.
A final sign that Dennis Rodman was going mainstream was my appearance in a Super Bowl commercial in 2005.
So this was in 2005.
Yep, that's what
Okay. So he done received his 2.5. When he didn't get paid $2.5 million for doing the commercial, this was his potential earnings for doing the ritual. And just because you see them in the tub talking about "I am Pearl," understand that's what they can show you. What they can show you is some disgusting things behind the scenes that he was doing in the tub. Lord. Who knows what he was doing in that tub? Who knows what he was doing in that tub? You know what I'm saying? The things that he was doing in that tub is so XXX rated that I can't even say it on these lives. Anyway, that's a long article. I'm not going to get into that. But that's the last article?
Yeah, that's the last.
All right, people. That's going to wrap that up. Welcome to the Illuminati Radio with your host, Pastor Michael Smith. Co-host, Sister Smith. If you are new to this channel, this page, hit that follow button. Turn on your notification bells. Hit that like button. And like I said, people, don't forget, wherever you get your podcasts at, wherever you listen to your music at, whether it be Spotify, Google Podcasts, Apple Podcasts, iHeartRadio, you know what I'm saying, whatever other platforms is out there, Deezer, Radio Republic, you name it, whatever platform you listen to your podcast or get your music on. All you have to do is go there, type Illuminati Radio, and you'll see my logo, and hit that follow button on that podcast. That's where we can get down and dirty and speak the way we want to speak on the podcast. So check that out. Go there, follow that podcast. And I think we will see you guys tomorrow evening at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time for the Bible study class. Hey, Latosha Scott, stop singing in church the blues. You want to get right? Get in the class. Kelly Rowland, you 9-year-old boy, you. Stop lying to the people. You want to get right? Get in the class. I think that's going to wrap that up. Yeah, that's going to wrap that up. We'll see you guys tomorrow evening at 9 o'clock p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Eastern Standard Time. Uh-oh. Okay. All right. Okay. Let me log out of here. Okay. Don't forget, people, get your t-shirts. Get your Illuminati Radio t-shirts. Available immediately. All you have to do is send a request to Charlotte Smith 11444 at gmail.com. That's Charlotte Smith 11444 at gmail.com. I'm your host. I'm your pastor, Mr. Michael Smith. And my co-host is
Sister Smith, baby.
Sister Smith, baby. Make sure you guys hit that like button. Hit that like button. Turn on your notification bells. And we will see you guys tomorrow evening for the Bible study class. And we are going to close out on the main line. Close out on the main line. Close out on the main line.